Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adini Ajishafe. Nigerian Football Federation, after appointing or confirming Augustine Egbuabon as interim manager and also drafting in Emmanuel Amuneke, Nigerians have been reacting concerning that. A lot of people are happy while others are looking at another department, which will be our focus on the show this hour. Joining me in the studio is Olawale Peters. Good to have you.
Good evening, Adeni. It's a pleasure to be back to the studio.
Now, the focus we are looking at is the fact that after the appointment of Emmanuel Amuneke and confirmation of Egbuabon as interim manager, Nigerians are now diverting their attention to the goalkeeping department. The goalkeeper department now is the place where a lot of people are looking at, okay, we have coaches now. A lawyer who has been there, he has been the man training the goalkeepers. And lately, since Vincent Enyama left, we've not been able to have a top-flight goalkeeper in Nigeria. And really, we looked at Maduka Okoye, Uzoho Francis, not forgetting the man Akpeyi, also Daniel, all of them together, and even the player, the Enyimba goalkeeper. But have we been able to have a goalkeeper that will say, this is our goalkeeper? Now, Nigerians are looking at, oh, we have Peter Rufai, we have Vincent Enyama. Why don't we try another hand? After all, we've tried Ikeshirumu before we brought in Aloy Agu. Why don't we try Peter Rufai or Vincent Enyama? While others are also saying, well, not everybody wants to be a coach. Maybe that's the reason why Enyama has not been drafted in, or Peter to do Mayana Rufai.
Okay, like you rightly said, the last keeper we had in this country was Vincent Enyama. After that, we've been struggling sincerely, and that cost us this AFCON, this Nations Cup. I'll still say it. When you have a short stopper as a goalkeeper, you will not have a problem. That goal that we conceded against Tunisia, if they put me in posts, I will save that ball.
I like that.
If you put me in post,
I am
going to save that shot. So it's high time we look into that, but it is not that it's a must we bring in Peter Rufai or Vincent Enyama before we get a good goalkeeper in the country. When we have Peter Rufai as a keeper, even Ikeshirumu and Vincent Enyama, it's not that we have a fantastic or good goalkeeper coach as at that time. It's all about poaching, and Vincent Enyama is a product of Nigerian League, is a product of Nuga game. So we still have to look inward. We don't need to be looking outside, sincerely, because we need someone that is concentrated, not someone that will be in the middle of competition and will say, I'm 23, I'm single. So that is a distraction on its own. So we need someone that is disciplined, and that we can get from the Nigerian League. People that are hungry for success, people that really know what it takes to really be a shot stopper. So that is what I think we need. If Rufai or Vincent Enyama, they are not interested, we can get a referral from them. We can get a referral from anybody. Now that we have our coaches that are indigenous based, they'll be going to watch matches. Like you rightly said that
Egbuabon, yes, it was in Ilorin
to watch the match. If you continue doing this, you can't tell me that from the 20 goalkeepers we have in the Nigerian Professional Football League, we don't have one or two that will be very, very good. Hunger, you know, when you are hungry for success and they give you the opportunity to showcase your talent, you know what will happen? So goalkeeping is not something that you get in Europe. It's not something that you get in Europe. It's something that you get in your own domestic league. I think our focus, concentration should be on the Nigerian Professional Football League.
Well, despite the fact that you've raised that point, a lot of people are looking at, okay, agreed, since Aloysius Agu have been there, we've not been able to. So the news came out all across social media that, okay, if Enyama or Peter Rufai are not, they don't want to be a goalkeeper trainer, why don't we look for other people whereby we can have a standby? At least when we go to bed to sleep, we have a very good goalkeeping department. Okoye, Uzoho, Akpeyi, all the other goalkeepers. Let's look for the best. Let's know that, okay, look at this Egyptian squad. Gabaski was able to show that I'm very good at keeping stopping for penalty. So you look at now in Nigeria, we cannot pinpoint one of these goalkeepers, although the home-based goalkeeper that was among them said he's very good at goalkeeper, but he wasn't put there. So it was even rated 4th among the 4 that went to the AFCON. And now, if Aloyagu, as he is part of the coaching crew now, is still there, he has retained his job, what are we looking at? Are we going to say, oh, let's begin to look inward? The home-based, the MPFL goalkeepers. We have like Thomas. We have a lot of goalkeepers that are here in Nigeria. They are doing so well with their clubs. So let's draft them in and let them be understudying these guys. Little by little, competition will set in.
Okay, and another thing I think we can do, it's very simple. We have a process in place that the best goalkeeper in the MPFL for a particular season will be drafted into Super Eagles. That's healthy competition. So everybody will be wary of, oh, I can showcase my talent by playing for Super Eagles. How will I need to do that? I have to keep enough clean sheets. So for you keeping enough clean sheets, you're going to be the best goalkeeper and you'll be drafted into Super Eagles. So that is a process that will enable healthy competition among the goalkeepers. That is when you see the goalkeeper shouting and giving instruction to the defenders that no, don't do this, and a cross ball, tag this, don't open space. That I think we can do. We can have that in place. At least that is an open process. It's not about, oh, you know someone, you brought in someone. The process has been defined and it is open to everybody, and whoever wins it, at the end of the season, we look at the number of goals you've considered, the number of saves you've made, and that wins it. I think we can start with that one.
Now, we've been looking at the Nigerian Super Eagles goalkeeping department. It has been a place, a department that a lot of Nigerians are not too happy about. Aloyagu is the goalkeeper trainer. And so far, Maduka Okoye, Daniel Akpeyi, Francis Uzoho, and every other goalkeeper Nigeria has ever had since 2015 that the man called Vincent Decat Enyama left. It's been difficult to get another goalkeeper in his mold. And we just hope that we get this particular department right, because we really need a good shot stopper. Talking about Nigerian goalkeeper, we really need someone who will be able to man the post, and we are rest assured that we can have, as at that time, we used to have Ikeshurumu, Peter Rufai, and even the Aloyagu, the way they played football, the way they kept for Nigeria. We need such a player right now in our goalkeeping department. We've been looking at our focus on the show, Nigerian Super Eagles goalkeeping department. Hopefully we'll get it right, let the best hands be put there, and we know that our defenders, midfielders, strikers are battle ready to make sure we ride over Ghana for the World Cup qualifiers, and we want to go to Qatar, and possibly, who knows, we can actually scoop it. You believe that you can scoop it?
So when they World Cup, right?
Yes.
Yes. There's nothing impossible in the world of football. It's all about preparation, determination, and dedication. So
preparation, determination, dedication.
So once you have that, you don't have a problem. So we should now ask ourselves, are we prepared? Are we determined? Are we dedicated? If the answer is yes, going to Qatar to win the World Cup, it's very, very... If Cape Verde can do what he did at the AFCON. Comoros can do what they did at the World Cup. Gambia did what they did at the World Cup. Nigeria will go there, will shock the world, and when we are coming back with the trophy, it will be 3 days public holiday. I hope
so, because Senegalese are still celebrating winning the AFCON, the street of Dakar. So happy people there. Royan Efsa celebrating the fact that for the first time in the history of AFCON, they scooped it. Good one for that particular topic we've been looking at. Now, we're moving away from our focus of goalkeeper. We move to talk about another, let's look at the fixtures of matches that will be coming up in the Premier League fixtures over there in England, where matches will be coming up today quickly. Newcastle United at the St. James Park will be at home against Everton. Everton, they have a new manager in the person of Frank Lampard. He won his first game, and now he wants to also do well against Newcastle. Can he defeat... Can he do well against Newcastle at the St. James Park? West Ham United in the city of London will be hosting Watford, where so many Nigerians ply their trade. Burnley, the stubborn team, they'll be hosting Manchester United. What will happen tonight? These 3 matches, let's look at them.
Okay, Newcastle and Everton is going to be an interesting match because the 2 teams have been supported by their club owners. Newcastle, they spent about £93 million on transfer this January. They brought in four players. Then Everton also, they changed the coach and they supported him with players also established and good players. So that means they are giving you the tools to work. They don't need excuse. And that I think Lampard did during the FA Cup against Brentford by winning his first match. So that is a good way to start and motivation. Newcastle also, with the amount of money they spent and the caliber of player they brought in January transfer, they need to do a lot. Currently, they are 19th on the table, on the log. Okay, and they've conceded 43 goals this season.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. 43 goals this season. So that means defensively, they are not doing very, very well. So they need to work on their defense if they are to win tonight's match. And they are playing against Everton, who are highly spirited,
they are motivated
to win. So it's going to be a clash. And for Newcastle, with the amount of money, the amount of investor made on the team, they are not supposed to be where they are right now. So they are playing their 22nd league match tonight. If they did not win tonight, it will be very difficult. And the possibility of them leaving and you know, one thing about Premiership, when it gets to February March, you have two battles: relegation battle and top four battle. And the relegation battle is more difficult than the top four battle because nobody wants to go back to where they came from. And with the amount of investor and the promising future for the Newcastle, I don't think Eddie has any excuse to fail. Also, Lampard, he doesn't have any excuse to fail. So it's going to be a very interesting match between Everton and Newcastle. Then for West Ham and Watford. Watford have played 5 matches. They've not won any. They drew 2, they lost 3. So this is time for them to really rediscover the Watford that we know at the beginning of the season. Maybe they overplayed themselves in the first stanzas. That's why we are seeing it now. So they had a break for like 2 weeks. So I'm expecting to see the new Watford play against West Ham also that have lost their last 2 matches. And their top 4 that we thought it's more like sacrosanct or certain, it's now shaky. So it's going to be another interesting match for them, but they can't afford to lose. Losing tonight's match means they will be out of top 4 position, and that's not something that they want to afford. And also Watford, if they lose tonight's match, they are going to join the likes of Newcastle at the bottom of the table. So they too, they need to really work. So it's going to be very interesting match. Then for Burnley and Manchester United.
I call them stubborn Burnley because that team seems not to be. You don't have respect for their bigger boys.
No, it's like they have the strength to play the bigger boy than playing their mates.
It's always so funny that whenever they are playing Man U, Chelsea, you see them coming out as if...
In fact, they are deal breaker. They are deal breaker. So I think Manchester United, they have a lot to do to beat the stubborn Burnley, knowing what happened to them against Middlesbrough at the FA Cup, in which they were beaten. They are out of the FA Cup. So the only trophy left for Man U this season is Champions League.
If they can, that's if they can't make it. That's if they can make it.
Yes, they can. They can. It's possible.
Well, let them play the football.
So they have to play the football.
Man U fans out there,
so
you just have to play.
The only thing left for them is the Champions League. Also, their top 4. I can't imagine Man United not making the top 4 this season. It's something that is no excuse for failure. That's the truth, because Man United happens to be the pride of England. That's the truth. So the way they are noticing this time around, I think they need to come out of it and remember that they are wearing the Red Devil shirt. So they have to play like they are the Red Devils. The Red Devil that they really meant it. So tonight's match is a win for Manchester United. No excuse. They have to win tonight's match to bring themselves up. So I see Manchester United winning the match.
That is if they really want to be among the top 4.
They really want to be among the top 4.
Well, we want to see if the stubborn Burnley team will allow Manchester United to score or win them for tonight matches. We'll just be looking at those fixtures that will be coming up in England for today over there in English Premier League. Now, let's move away and talk about the Club World Cup semi-final that will be coming up also today between Palmeiras versus Al Ahly. Al Ahly of Egypt, they will be facing Palmeiras. Do you see Al Ahly winning against Palmeiras?
I think they will be motivated by losing the AFCON final, so they want to give their
since they are from Egypt.
They are from Egypt, so they want to give their supporters, they want to give their country something to do what? To cheer about, something to forget about the loss of final to Senegal. Egyptians, they love football. You saw the way they were crying. Both the supporters and the players, including Salah. So this is the time for Ali to make up that lot.
Okay, so, if Egypt lost, that we are from Egypt, let's win.
Yes, so it's a consolation. That okay, you have something to share about. They have something to look forward to go to another final. They lost one final at a country, then a club from that country will take them to another final. Also knowing that they are going to play a club from Brazil.
Palmeiras.
And you know when it comes to football, Brazil, they are 5 and 7. You cannot separate them. So it's going to be a very, very interesting match to watch tonight. But I go with Al Ahly 100%.
Okay, now still talking about this particular Club World Cup. Al Ahly from Africa, from Egypt, will be playing against Brazilian team Palmeiras. That was the first semi-final. Yeah. The second semi-final will also be coming up between Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia versus Chelsea. Let's look at that briefly before we go out.
I'm sure you know the result between Al Hilal and Chelsea already. So Chelsea will be looking for who to play in the final between Al Hilal and
they're going to win
from Saudi Arabia club. Abramovich will sack them before they get to Chelsea. That you can take from him. He doesn't have that patience when it comes to failure. Sincerely, it's Chelsea game to lose. It's Chelsea games to lose. So, and I don't see them losing that game because they know what is at stake. I think that's the only cup that is missing in Chelsea cabinet.
And they want to get it.
They've won everything. That's the only thing that is missing. And this is the time for them to have it in their cabinet.
Well, we've been looking at the FIFA Club World Cup that's taking place in United Arab Emirates. First semi-final will be coming up today between Brazilian Palmeiras versus African team Al Ahly of Egypt. That will be a match to watch because a lot of Africans will have to support their own Al Ahly. Will they be able to defeat the Brazilians who play samba football? It is very possible. And the second semi-final will be coming up between Chelsea and Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia. Odioni Gallo is in that team. They dislodged Al Jazeera, the host nation team there of Dubai. Well, right now, hopefully, let's see who's going to qualify for the final or for the FIFA Club World Cup taking place in the UAE. Away from there, we quickly look at the Coppa Italia fixture. Match will be coming up today in the Coppa Italia. Let's look at the match between Inter Milan and AS Roma. Jose Mourinho, do you see him winning this game?
Well, I think
against his former team.
I think Mourinho is leading, is taken from the old glory. It's not the Mourinho that we used to know before that. Oh, if Mourinho is playing, he has the tactics to win or to play everything. But that's not the Jose Mourinho that we are seeing right now. Then Inter Milan, they are coming to the match as a wounded lion. Their match against AC Milan, AC Milan won them 2-1. So, and this is not a match for them to joke with. And Mourinho also playing his former club where he won treble, he made history, and I think he wants to do everything possible to prove to them that I'm still the legend. I remember when he went to Chelsea, he won and they are booing him, and he told them that I'm still the legend. I won 30 trophies for you. Nobody has done that. I'm sure I want to make the same statement tonight, but is it going to be realistic? I doubt. With the way the Inter Milan team, they are formidable. They are in form. Losing to AC Milan doesn't mean they've lost it. No, they haven't. One thing about derby, you know it. It's not about you being better. You are in better form. Everybody have their own key. So Inter Milan Roma will be a very decisive match. Definitely, we may likely see a red card because it's going to be
a battle.
It's going to be a battle between them. But I see Inter Milan prevailing at the end of the day.
Well, we've been looking at the matches that will be coming up. Also looking at Coppa Italia between Inter Milan, the Nerazzurris versus AS Roma. Who will win that game is a battle of the clash of the titans, as they say. Now let's go to France as we look at Coupe de France match that will be coming up also there. Well, it's going to be between Monaco and Amiens. Can Amiens shock Monaco? Well, at times when it comes to all these cup competitions, don't underrate any team.
Anybody. Yeah, it's possible. It's not about looking at the name that Monaco. That's where our former Victor Ikpeba, Prince of Monaco, played. We know
what he did for them that time and how good they are.
Yes, so everybody knows Monaco. Amen. They say, are they a club? What are they doing? For them to have gotten to the quarter final stage, that shows that they are not here to play. So, and it is not their game to lose. It is Monaco game to lose. They are not going to play with any or under any prayer. They will play their normal game and normal self. And who knows? They may shock Monaco at the end of the day.
It is very possible that Amiens can shock Monaco in the Coupe de France fixture that we just displayed for you. We've looked at Coppa Italia fixture and also the English Premier League that will be coming up. Matches will be coming up. Newcastle will be playing against Everton at the St. James Park. West Ham versus Watford, and the stubborn Burnley team, as I call them, will be playing against Manchester United. Those are the matches in the English Premier League. And we also looked at Nigerian goalkeeping department. Focus on it. What do we do so that we can get that department solid for our goalkeepers, which is very possible. And lastly, we also looked at, well, the issue of fixtures. When it comes to Nigerian league, a team that has done well, right now they are struggling. We talked about them in their first edition. Now MFM of Lagos, we hope they will pick up. Heartland FC, news came out that LMC are waiting till February 18. See if truly the 6 month salary they said they will pay, they will actually pay it. Yeah, and if not, 6 months will be deducted and they could be thrown out of the MPFL. That is if the money comes in.
I wish the LMC, they have something like NDIC that they have in the banking sector, that when a team
fail to
pay, an investor will just come in and buy that team and take that ownership away from the government. Maybe if you have that in place, the government, how can someone be playing for you for 9-10 months without paying them? And even the decision of the LMC to deduct points from the team, who are they punishing? They are punishing the player that have suffered to play the match. So deducting the point
is not the issue.
It's not even the issue.
Sanctioned by letting them off.
Let them off from that shows that they don't have what it takes to manage that team. So that's why I cited the case of the banking industry. When you have the NDIC, the AMCON, they'll come in, send away all the management, bring in another management. I think it's high time LMC, they
do the same thing in football.
Yes, they should do the same thing and send them away and bring in new investor to manage the team.
Good one there, where we just hope that this will have a better side of Nigerian football. MPFL, NWFL, NNL, Nigerian League One. We've been looking at all this in our sports show. 360 Sport on Trust TV with Olawale Peters. Good to have you once again. Thank you.
Adeni, it's my pleasure being here talking sport on 360 Sports on Trust TV with you.
Good one there. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.